Kelop spoke, "Look properly. See who is holding you." Shiloh replied, "Your Majesty." "No more." Kelop told her. "Say my name." Shiloh commented, "Kelop." Then things got heated. After some time, Kelop spoke, "You are awake. You can stay the night here if you like." Shiloh thought, "Do you think you are being merciful or something?" She remembered Kelop stating, "Don't get the wrong idea. If all I wanted were a wife and children, I would seek a woman of noble blood, not a fake like you. To me, you are nothing but a tool. I thought you understood that much." Shiloh thought, "I have never once forgotten how this miserable man thinks of me. In the end, I am just someone who can be discarded as soon as I am no longer useful." Kelop continued, "It seems you have learned a lot from me. With this, there should not be a problem when the operation begins." Shiloh replied, "Wonderful. It is all thanks to your guidance. You have a lot of experience." Kelop said, "You are a quick study. That is not all. You are the best among the women who have shared my bed." "Incredible talent." Shiloh replied, "Thank you so much. I will certainly report this to Kelop Alberto tomorrow. Thanks to your king big brother, I will be able to satisfy his highness." Suddenly, she shouted, "What are you doing?" Kelop, who is also the crown prince, told her, "I only told you to tempt him. If I hear you slept with him, I won't let you off easily. Don't think you will get away with it. Answer me. You looked tired yesterday, so rest well today." Shiloh asked, "What about the deal? Keep to our agreement. You promised. You said once you achieved your goal, you would set me free." Kelop stated, "Even if you beg me not to, I will still discard you." Then he remembered when Shiloh came and spoke, "Lord West, use whatever means you must to seize the chance. No matter what, I will make us happy." He came out of the room and thought, "What is this feeling, that someone like me, a mere imposter? No, that cannot be." After that, the butler came and spoke, "Your Highness, please take a look at this." Kelop started reading. "To His Highness Kelop Alexander, Duke of Westmount and Crown Prince of the Great Lancaster Empire. The moment your Highness learned I was gone, you could not control your anger. You smashed expensive porcelain and vases. I served you and loved you, so losing your pet was unbearable. How agonizing these years have been is beyond words. To avoid angering your Highness, I forced myself to endure disgust and pretend to enjoy your caresses. It was pure hell. If I am honest, I would ask for 2 islands as extra payment, but surprisingly, I am simple and not greedy, so it does not matter. Finally, I will just say this. I hope your Majesty suffers misfortune. Go to hell, you demon, you perverted lump of lust. May you burn in the flames of hell for eternity, you bastard." Frankly, I could fill another 10 pages with insults, but there is not enough space, so I will stop here. From your faithful pet and obedient servant, Shiloh, with loyalty and love. The butler asked, "Your Majesty." The crown prince shouted, "Get out, find her now, at all costs." He thought, "How dare you escape?" Even after that night, we continued to sleep together repeatedly, yet that one night lingered in my mind unlike the others, and yet, that damned woman disappeared without a trace. No matter where you hide, I will find you. Be it in heaven or in hell, I will carve into your body who the master is. Once I find you, I will break your ankles and gouge out both eyes. You are an impostor who does not know her place. Never again will she be able to escape her master. Now, back when the story began, Shiloh thought the world that was once perfect crumbled in an instant. Mother spoke, "Claire, where have you been? Do you know how worried we were? My daughter, I never stopped believing that you were alive." Others also said, "I too believed you would come back one day." Mother continued, "If I had known you would really return like this, I would have never brought that impostor from the orphanage." Shiloh thought, on her 18th birthday, the real noble daughter, Claire, returned, and the girl who had been pretending to be fake Claire was me, Shiloh. It was time for me to return to the hell where I was born and raised. 8 years earlier, the headmistress shouted, "I heard you stole Anton's bread again." Shiloh replied, "I did not do that." The headmistress continued, "Liar, don't you even feel sorry about it? What a shameless child, you were hopeless. Such a disgrace to the orphanage. How about the punishment room?" After that, Shiloh heard them chatting. Why did the headmistress even bring in a filthy child like her from the slums? I heard the sheriff found her hugging her mother's corpse. How gross. Shiloh remembered her mother telling her, "My sweet daughter, will you promise me just one thing? You must be happy. No matter what it takes, find happiness. Don't ever lose to anyone. Promise me. No matter the price, you will live happily." Shiloh woke up and thought, A dream, of all times, why dream of my childhood now? Then she heard the voice, Claire, you sleepyhead, come quickly. I had them prepare your favorite seafood. Dessert is cheesecake. You love sweet things, don't you? Shiloh thought, mother and brother, so it was just a dream. I am not fake, that was just a nightmare. Claire spoke, I am sorry. This is your seat, yet here I am, sitting without asking. Mother told her, it is fine. This has always been your seat to begin with. She would not get angry over something like this. Shiloh thought, so it was not a dream. Those words were not meant for me after all. She replied, of course, mother. Father told her, we will need to sort out your registry. Claire asked, my registry, so I will need to change my name after all. Sister's name is also Claire, is it not? Mother commented, you are the same age, so there is no need to call her sister. Besides, Claire is your real name. There is no need to change it. Father told her, there is something I want to show you, Shiloh, and gave it to her. Shiloh asked, what is this, father? The Duke replied, your guardianship documents. You have been filing in for Claire until now, but since she is better, I plan to annul the adoption. Shiloh thought, annul, does that mean I won't be family anymore? The Duke continued, this is where our parent-child relationship ends, but I still care for you, so I will continue to support you as your guardian. Shiloh thought, this is too cruel. Why are you doing this to me? Mother will at least understand how I feel, please, at least mother. The mother spoke, this is a lesson of love. Why are you so obsessed with a name and some papers? Thanks to Claire, you have lived in luxury as a noble all this time. Don't you feel sorry for this sister who wandered the roads in rags? I am disappointed in you. When the mother left, Claire came and said, that must have hurt. Shiloh replied, no, and thought, I don't need your sympathy. Claire continued, let me put some medicine on your wound. You heard about how I grew up among the Roma, did you not? On my way to mother's hometown, the carriage crashed off a cliff. I was swept away by the current. By some miracle, I survived but lost my memory. The Roma saved me by chance, and I have lived traveling with them ever since. Shiloh thought, instead of welcoming Claire, who went through such hardship to return, I secretly wished she would just disappear. This seal truly belongs to Claire. I, Shiloh, was only borrowing it for a few short years. Shiloh replied, I am sorry. Claire asked, why are you apologizing? I am the one who should be sorry. You were punished because of me. I will talk to father about canceling the adoption, but first, let's take care of that bruise. Come with me to my room. Shiloh thought, the real Claire looks so much like our parents. She really is like an angel, unlike me. She said, thank you. Claire replied, there is no need to thank me. We are the same age, so let's drop the formalities. We are sisters now. From now on, let's get along. Next scene, the butler came and said, young master. The young master asked, what is it? If it is not urgent, speak later. The butler continued, a letter from the merchant guild master. Shiloh thought, what? The young master said, I will excuse myself and go. Mother replied, that is fine. Shiloh thought, by marriage, why is the young master involved? When was the decision made? Who decided without telling me? What is really happening behind my back? Then she told them, I am not feeling well today, so I will be excusing myself early. After that, Shiloh heard the maids chatting. In the end, she was removed as their adopted child and became the Duke family's ward. She is acting like a princess now, even though she once crawled through the slums. She should be grateful they're even letting her stay here, even if she wears the prettiest dresses or eats nice meals, or uses polished speeches. It won't change her lowly upbringing. Compared to that, Lady Claire is like an angel. Suddenly, Claire came and stated, how dare you speak out of turn, neglecting your place. The maids replied, we are really sorry, we will make sure this never happens again. Claire continued, fire all the servants present now, throw them out with nothing, no letters of recommendation. Shiloh told her, it will be fine, it is wickedness to send them out into the cold with nothing, without recommendation letters, they will be stranded. Claire continued, butler, what are you doing? Kick them out immediately. Shiloh thought, why has Claire suddenly become so cold? Did I do something to upset her? And from there, the story took a shocking turn. After some time, Mother asked, I heard you dismissed servants without recommendation letters just for gossiping. Of course, they deserved punishment. But tell me, was such a cruel sentence really necessary? Shiloh, I heard you once beat someone mercilessly just because a saddle was not fastened firmly enough, and flogged another for brushing your hair the wrong way, then kicked them out. Each day, worse and uglier stories keep reaching my ears. Claire commented, blame me, mother, as her sister, I should have stopped her. Shiloh told them, that was not me, it was Claire who. Mother emphasized, Claire was genuinely worried about you, and yet you would try to throw her under the cart. Shiloh continued, I truly did not do anything like that, I have never treated anyone poorly, and I would never whip a servant, it is inconceivable, you all know what kind of person I am. Mother told her, so you intend to keep denying it, regardless of the witnesses. Shiloh thought, how could there be witnesses for something I did not even do? Lies, they are lying through their teeth. It is all people who have resented me since the day I arrived. Crying and pleading won't work, Claire already did that. Claire spoke, Mother, I understand how she feels, she must think she is being replaced. Shiloh thought, even if I say Claire did it, I would only end up branded as a wretch trying to ruin the real daughter's name. Claire continued, don't blame Shiloh too much, I will speak to her politely later. The Duke commented, as expected of my daughter, despite her harsh upbringing, she has such a kind heart. Also, Shiloh, you are not the type to do such a thing, you must have acted rashly out of frustration. It is our fault for indulging you into believing what was not yours could be. Shiloh thought, I know these eyes, contempt, pity, curiosity. The same eyes those nobles had when they looked down on me back when I begged on the streets to buy my mother's medicine. Regardless of what I say here, no one will believe me. She said, I am sorry, it won't happen again. Next scene. A maid told her, I am so sorry, I should have stood by your side at least, even after you paid for my mother's medicine. Shiloh replied, if you spoke up, you would lose your job here. The maid asked, is there any way I can help you? Shiloh thought, if it is about dresses, she might know something about that crest I saw this morning. Then she replied, I have something to ask you, it looked like this. Can you recognize it? The maid said, that is the crest of the Greed Merchant Guild Master, I believe. Shiloh commented, the letter stated that he wants to discuss my marriage and future plans together. The maid asked, what? No way, there must be some error. The Greed Merchant Guild Master is a man rumored to have abused his former wife until she took her own life. He is beyond 50 now and long stripped of noble status. It is impossible to marry a duke's daughter to such a man. Shiloh thought, this is not some error, even if we are not related by blood. I thought of us as family, not just Claire and mother, but father and brother too. All of them are trying to sell me off to that man. I can't just allow this to happen. Shiloh asked, may I ask you one more favor? Send a secret letter to Baron Kildare's estate. She thought, I may not be able to live a life of basic happiness, but I refuse to end up despairing. Next scene, Shiloh asked, why are you doing this? Claire replied, when you said you wanted to discuss privately, I wondered what it was about. Shiloh continued, why are you falsely accusing me and trying to separate me from my family? Do you hate me so much that you want to drive me out of this house? Then why are you kind to me? She thought, I was so happy because I thought we would truly become sisters. Claire told her, at first, I just felt sorry for you, so I decided to treat you better. I heard you survived by begging beneath a bridge, were later taken to an orphanage, and endured abuse there, so I made up my mind to be a good sister to you, but when I actually met you, you looked so incredibly happy. Knowing that you lived happily while I lost everything made me so angry I could hardly sleep at night. I was angry at my family for choosing you in my place, but the one I hated most was you, with that happy face of yours. Shiloh commented, that is ridiculous, what happened to you in that accident has nothing to do with me. Claire stated, no, you did not just steal my family, you stole the entire life I was meant to live, you thief. The Baroness came and spoke, so that is why you asked me to come. If that is the case, I will help you. Claire asked, who are you? Why are you here? You can't just enter without permission. Shiloh told her, I invited her, you know her too, so greet her appropriately, that is Baroness Kildare. Claire asked, wait, but why? The Baroness spoke, it has been a while, I never thought you would grow into such a disappointing girl. Claire replied, this is a misunderstanding, she is doing this on purpose. Shiloh emphasized, don't worry, I have no intention of hurting you or revealing this to my family. I only asked the Baroness for help, just as you have wished. I will leave this house and your family. Then she remembered when she entered this house and asked, someone like me living in such a luxurious house. Is that really okay? Mother replied, of course, from today on, you are our daughter. Shiloh thought, for 8 years, I worked so hard to become a real princess, and now you are telling me all that time was wasted. After that, Mother said, take care, stay healthy. Brother asked, are you actually leaving? Shiloh thought, it is the first time I have ever seen my brother this frightened. If I leave, the contract with the merchant guild will fall apart. I won't let things go the way he wants. Shiloh replied, yes, brother, thank you for everything. Mother told her, don't say such cold things, you can return anytime. This will always be your home. Even though we are no longer legally family, send us letters, we still see you as one of us. Shiloh thought, family? Claire pretended to be sick and did not come to see me off, and now they finally call me family. Did they ever truly see me as family? She said, well then, Duchess, Duke, and young master, please stay in good health always. Next scene. The Baroness explained, in spring, rabbits and deer run around, and flowers of every color bloom. There is also a small lake behind the mansion. There is an almond tree there. Compared to the Duke's residence, it is not much. Shiloh replied, not at all, it is such a beautiful place. The Baroness continued, you must be exhausted from the trip. Take a bath first, then we will have dinner. That reminds me. You are free to go anywhere, but the 4th floor is off limits. A very important guest is staying there. Someone so noble we can't even reveal their name lightly. Promise me you won't go there. Shiloh replied, yes, I assure you. Then, at night, Shiloh thought, what should I do? I can't sleep. That's right. She mentioned there is a lake. After that, Shiloh thought, it is cold. Still, who could that guest on the 4th floor be? I can't help but wonder. I wonder if I will ever meet them someday. So beautiful. It feels like making contact with the Milky Way. Oh no, this is not good. Suddenly, she thought, that was close. Then she said, thank you. Keelop commented, I thought you were a nerd, but I was wrong. Who are you? Shiloh thought, what am I doing? Spacing out like this, she replied, thank you so much for saving me. My name is Shiloh. Keelop asked, you are not trying to take your own life, were you? Shiloh replied, no, I would never do something like that. I just could not sleep because this place is unfamiliar, so I went for a short walk to clear my head. Keelop commented, I see, that is fine then. Shiloh asked, could it be that you are a guest of the Baroness? Keelop spoke, it seems the lady of the house has mentioned me. Shiloh emphasized, she told me not to go to the 4th floor because a noble guest is staying there, but what brings you to the lake at this hour? Keelop explained, I needed to cool my head, would you mind listening to my story? My father was a man of standing, and he had a mistress. I was born as the 2nd son of the noble family, and my brother and I were raised together with the mistress's child. Then one day, my brother died in an accident. Soon after, my mother followed him in death. Later, I learned the truth. It was all the mistress's doing. She sat in my mother's place as if she had been waiting for the chance, scheming endlessly to make her own son the heir. She even tried to have me killed, and my father soon fell gravely ill. As a child, I could do nothing. I had no choice but to flee to a foreign land where my mother's relatives lived. The Baroness was an old friend of my late mother, so I have been staying here for a while under her care. Shiloh thought, so this person went through something similar to me. Then she replied, you must regain your strength quickly and reclaim your rightful position, to proudly inherit your father's legacy. Keelop commented, my stepmother only wishes for my death now. The more I fight to live, the more people around me get hurt. Perhaps it would be better if I just died. Shiloh stated, do you really think that is what your mother would have wanted? Look, my mother was an unknown singer who raised me all on her own. She had been sick for as long as I can remember. Near the end, she could not even lift her head anymore, but until her final moments, she worried only about me. She left me with words I will never forget. She said, no matter what, you must be happy. Isn't that what every mother wishes for their child? If only I had done more back then, maybe she would still be alive today. She thought, forgetting my mother, who wished for my happiness until the very end, and indulging in the comfort of a new family. Maybe I was punished for that. If she knew everything, maybe her death was all my fault. She said, I am sorry for talking about myself like this. After some time, Keelop told her, I should go back now. Shiloh asked, will we meet again? Keelop told her, then let's meet again tomorrow, at the same time. Then the days went by like this. A few days later, Keelop spoke, today is the last day. I can't stay here any longer. Shiloh thought, Just when I thought we finally understood each other, she asked, then we won't see each other again. What is this? Keelop replied, it is a gift. It is something my mother left me to protect me, but I don't need it anymore. Shiloh asked, what? I can't possibly accept something so precious. Keelop continued, if we meet again someday, you can return it then. Shiloh continued, but I have done nothing but receive from you. Keelop stated, you have already given me enough, more than you realize. Shiloh thought, someday, I hope we meet again. 2 years later, the butler spoke, Lady Shiloh has already turned 20. It is time to start preparing for her debut, but there has still been no word from the Duke family these past 2 years. The Baroness replied, I have already sent another letter, we should get their reply today. After some time, the Baroness spoke, after dating everything, now they have the audacity to send an invitation. They must be planning to use you as a foil to make Claire shine brighter. With you there, everyone's attention will naturally be drawn to her. They only invited you to show off how kind and noble she is. You can refuse, you know. They only care about appearances anyway. Shiloh replied, no, I can't keep relying on you forever, madam. Even if I refuse, they will insist I stand beside her to prove we are on good terms again. It is time to cut ties with the ducal family for good. I will tell them myself, in my own words. Next scene, Claire told her, it has been so long, I have missed you so much, why did you not ever write to me? I was so sad, you know. Shiloh thought, you are still such a liar. I bet you intercepted all the letters I sent. Claire continued, anyway, come inside, mother is waiting for you. Shiloh thought, in just a few years I was gone, there are so many luxury items than before. After that, the Duchess asked, it has really been a long time, have you been well? Shiloh replied, yes, have you been well too, mother? The Duchess told her, you have grown into such a fine young lady, your father and brother are away on business for now, let's have a talk, just the two of us, about your debutante plans. Shiloh commented, I am sorry, but once Claire's debutante is over, I intend to return immediately. The Duchess asked, what did you say? Shiloh continued, it would be improper for me, someone whose ties were severed, to stay long, but since you treated me as family for 8 years, I wanted to at least thank you in person before leaving. The Duchess emphasized, wait a minute, are you trying to say we kicked you out? You are the one who left, we never threw you out, and even if we are not parent and child anymore, we are still your guardians. Claire also said, are you still holding a grudge against me? Shiloh stated, from now on, my official guardian will be the Baroness, and Claire, I don't hold any grudge against you at all. I have realized that instead of wasting time hating someone, it is better to think about my own happiness. You returned my name to me, so I just want to return to my original life. The Duchess commented, after all the care and affection we gave you, this is how you repay our kindness. If your resolve is that strong, then so be it. If I had known you were such a selfish girl, I never would have taken you in to begin with. Shiloh said, I am sorry. The Duchess told her, just grant me one last favor, since it is Claire's birthday, don't leave right after the ball. Stay just one more day. Claire also said, yes, it has been so long, it would be sad if you left right away. Shiloh thought, still so obsessed with appearances, aren't they? Do they even remember how my last birthday here ended? She replied, all right, I would be happy to. She thought, still, I won't let small things hurt me like they used to. My ties with this ducal family end here anyway. The next day, everyone was praising Lady Claire. One of the nobles asked, by the way, who might that lady be? Claire introduced her, this is Shiloh. We have had our ups and downs, but she is still precious family to me. The nobles whispered, she is just like Lady Claire. I heard from the Duchess that her frail daughter was lonely, so she took in a girl of similar age from an orphanage, so she was not even a distant relative. And after being taken in, instead of showing gratitude, she was jealous of Lady Claire, the real daughter. I heard she lashed out at the servants and was disowned. Shiloh thought, so that is why they invited me, to make a spectacle of me, to put me in my place, and to flaunt their own magnanimity in front of everyone. I could never become the real one anyway. What was all my effort for? No, perhaps it is better this way. If I remain in this noble society, I will hear whispers like that for the rest of my life. Then she said, I am going to rest for a bit. Claire told her, you can't leave my side today, only you came. Shiloh thought, now who could that be, that man? Claire spoke, He usually lives overseas, but while visiting acquaintances here, we happened to meet and have grown close ever since. Shiloh thought. His name was. Come to think of it, I never knew his name back then. I have wanted to see him again for so long. I wonder if he remembers me. Keelop stated, pleased to meet you. Shiloh thought, it is him. It has to be. Then why is he pretending not to know me? She said, I am sorry, you just looked so much like someone I know, I mistook you for them. Claire told her, you are not feeling well, you should rest soon. After that, Shiloh thought, I imagined so many times how it would be, what I would say if we never met again. Does he really not remember me, or is he pretending not to? If so, why? Someone is coming. The guild master spoke, let's get straight to the point. When will you fulfill your promise? The young master replied, please calm down. The guild master asked, answer me. Shiloh thought, my brother and the head of the Greed Trading Company. Shiloh continued thinking, I thought the marriage talk ended when I left, why is he still here? The guild master spoke, because they decided to marry Lady Claire instead of the fake princess. We waited all this time without even getting the dowry back. The young master replied, I'm deeply grateful for your understanding. Claire and Shiloh both thank you as well. My sister has also agreed to marry you. Shiloh thought, dowry, Claire, what are they even talking about? The young master said, wasn't it you who was interested in Shiloh and not Claire? Shiloh is here right now. If you are still set on her, then I am afraid Claire will just have to give up. Shiloh thought, no way, so this birthday party was just a cover, and the real reason they invited Lady Claire and me was to sell me off to the head of the merchant guild. The guild master said, there is no reason to want a woman who is no longer a princess. The young master asked, still, wouldn't it be better to meet her at least once before you decide? True, she is no longer a princess, but she is still being taken care of by the duke and favored by the baron. The guild master asked, so tell me, is there really any need to rush? This marriage would benefit both sides. If my capital joins with the duke's business, the return will be remarkable. The young master told him, you are absolutely right, then, to a shining future for the Greed Merchant Guild and House Diffons. After that, the young master stated, looks like the poison is starting to work. You fool, trying to steal Claire without knowing your place, you have no idea how much Claire despises you. I was willing to give you Shiloh out of pity, but if the impostor refuses, then that's that. You are so drunk that you will fall off the balcony and die. By morning, they will find your ugly corpse. I will gladly take the dowry. Shiloh thought, he poisoned him. What do I do? If I just leave him, he will really die. I can't just stand by and watch someone die in front of me again. She asked, I will call for help. The guild master stated, Sigurd Highlands, West, the White Rock. Shiloh asked, what do you mean? She thought, he's dead. Suddenly, the young master came and asked, how long have you been here? Shiloh replied, I was resting here when you and that man suddenly came in. The young master asked, so you were hiding and listening from the start? Shiloh asked, what is happening? The young master continued, no excuses, I poisoned him. Shiloh thought, you killed someone and you can still be so calm, that's why you called me here, for him. The young master told her, yes, the talk got messy, and this is how it ended. Shiloh emphasized, you mean everyone knew you were planning to hand me over to that man? The young master stated, of course, all four of us knew about this. Shiloh asked, why would you do that to me? You took me in from the orphanage. I thought you all cared for me like a real family. I was so happy, I tried my best to live up to your expectations. But the moment Claire came back, the three of you turned your backs on me. Claire treated me terribly, but I understood how she felt, so I quietly stepped aside, but those rumors that I drove the servants away. The young master commented, I know that was Claire's doing. She has been spreading them even before you returned. You are only Claire's shadow. Shiloh shouted, that is not true, you are lying. The young master continued, we tried replacing the emptiness she left with someone similar, but that void never went away, not once, not for a single moment, did we ever think of you as family. Shiloh spoke, so basically, you are saying I was not even worth abandoning. She thought, right, I can't be abandoned if I was never accepted as family to begin with, all that kindness, all that warmth. It was all a lie. No one ever truly saw me as part of their family. She said, deep down, I think I already knew, but I was too scared to admit it. The young master stated, You really don't know your place, do you? You never learn, do you? Shiloh asked, Are you even still human, you heartless monster? The young master said, Tell her to go on, scream all you want, those will be your last words. Shiloh shouted, I am going outside right now, and I will tell everyone what you did. That you murdered this man. The young master stated, Like hell you will, don't worry, I will dump your body under the bridge, right in front of the shack where your mother died. A servant came and spoke, Please come quickly, it is urgent. You are my servant, I told you to wait outside, now watch this place carefully until I get back, don't let anyone near, the young master said. Shiloh thought, if he comes back, he will absolutely kill me, I have to get out somehow, but my body won't move from the shock, no, is he already back, so this is how it ends, I did not want to die like this. The servant spoke, the head of the Greed Merchant Guild is dead. The prince commented, no visible wounds, it looks like poisoning. Shiloh thought, wait, that voice. The prince asked, what are you doing here? Shiloh thought, how are you? The prince continued, do you want to live? But kindness never comes for free, you won't complain about the price later, will you? Shiloh thought, I do, I want to live. The servant told him, Your Majesty, taking that moment is dangerous. The prince asked, what should I do? Shiloh thought, Your Majesty, I don't know who he is or what he wants from me, but I don't want to die here. The prince spoke, then I think we have to go. Next scene. Shiloh woke up and thought, where am I, my throat? The prince came and asked, you are awake, how are you feeling? You do not seem to have a fever. Shiloh thought, I think he was the man I met by the lake, but if he does not recognize me, maybe he is someone else. Still, why did he say? She asked, who are you? The prince replied, don't tell me you don't remember me, it has been a while. Shiloh said, so it really was you. She thought, not once, not even for a second, did I forget, the clear winter fog glowing red over the lake before dawn, the cold air biting at my cheeks, my breath rising white in the dark. Until that dazzling smile bloomed like a midwinter flower, he was perfect, no one could deny it. The prince continued, that's right, it's me, Keelop. Shiloh asked, so Carl was not your real name? The prince commented, I still can't use my real one. Shiloh thought, the Baroness had warned everyone not to pry into his name or origin, even his alias, Carl, was part of the secret, there were more than a few strange things about him. She asked, so who are you, really, that man back there, he called you, Your Majesty. The prince emphasized, so you do remember, then let me introduce myself, my name is Keelop Alexander Lancaster, second prince in line to the throne. Shiloh thought, I knew he was someone important, but the second prince. Shiloh spoke, I apologize for my disrespect, Your Majesty, please forgive all my past insolence. The prince commented, you still smell the same as before. Shiloh told him, I have something I need to return to you, the rosary you gave me back then. The prince replied, no, keep it, you still need it, anyway, you have been asleep all day, you must be starving, I have called for the doctor, eat something and get yourself checked. After that, the servant asked, how is she, Your Highness? The prince replied, she seems fine, no visible injuries, but her voice seems off, this might get troublesome. The servant explained, that is unfortunate, it is surely a temporary after-effect of being strangled and should recover soon, even so, would it not have been better to leave her there? I am worried that bringing her along will backfire, and someone will discover our whereabouts. The prince thought, he is not wrong, normally, I would have abandoned her without a second thought, so why did I save her? I don't even know myself, but the instant I saw those eyes, before I knew it. Then he said, I have a great idea, with this, she could be useful to us. After hearing the idea, the servant replied, even if you did save her life, I doubt she will accept it unhesitatingly. The prince told him, then we just have to create a situation where she is unable to refuse, whatever is needed, no matter what it is. The next morning, the prince asked, glad it suits your taste. Shiloh replied, thank you, Your Highness, are you not eating? The prince commented, I don't eat in the morning, more importantly, how do you feel, if you take your medicine properly, they say your voice should return to normal in a few days. Shiloh emphasized, so you heard, I am already much better, thank you for worrying about me. The prince replied, don't thank me, it is natural to be concerned. I hate to bring this up first thing in the morning, but you should know the situation we are in. the Diffon's ducal house is scouring the city for you. They even sent messengers to the Baron household. Shiloh thought, I can't breathe. The prince continued, if you are willing, you can stay here a little longer. Shiloh spoke, I am grateful for the offer, but I can't trouble you any further. The reason the ducal house is looking for me is probably because I witnessed a murder. I should go to the security corps before they do and report the death of the head of the guild. The prince explained, I understand how you feel, but that is far too dangerous. You have heard the tale of the 3 dukes of the covenant, have you not? Shiloh replied, when the first king founded the nation, he granted pieces of land to 3 dukes who rendered great merit, and those 3 swore to protect the realm together. The prince continued, the Diffon's ducal house is one of those 3 and has great wealth and strong influence in central politics, but now, the Diffon's are hitting rock bottom, their assets are shrinking, yet the ducal manor looks far more lavish than before. Fruit gives off its sweetest fragrance right before it rots. Their mine resources are finite, but now those mines are on the verge of running dry, with the son addicted to gambling and the daughter living in luxury, saddled with debts. At just that moment, the false move dealt a heavy blow to the high-headed house. Shiloh commented, which is why they decided to join hands with the commoners they had scorned so deeply. They made an agreement with that trading company because the company needed a wife and heir with noble blood, and the duke needed money, because I ran. That arrangement collapsed. The prince told her, although they have now fallen, they are still a ducal house. I am sure they have already disposed of all evidence. Shiloh emphasized, even so, that does not mean there is no chance of getting caught, no matter what, keeping quiet like this. The prince spoke, if you wish, I will go to the security corps with you. Shiloh thought, those eyes, the eyes that silently listen to me by the lake at dawn, the gaze that makes you want to lean into it without thinking. The next day, people were chatting. 2 people were said to have gone missing, the head of the guild and the girl the ducal house took in. The prince asked, tell me more about that. The person explained, the duke held the young lady's 20th birthday party. The fake and ungrateful princess ran away from home. Then, in the midst of the commotion at the party, she killed the company head, pinned the crime on the ducal house, and fled. This is what they say. Shiloh thought, what, they are saying I killed him. Next scene. Shiloh spoke, I figured it would be a murder investigation, but I never imagined they would make it look like I committed the murder. I could not even send a letter to the Baroness, and she was the only one the High Court relied on. The prince told her, I am sure the Baroness would say the same. If they are hunting you, that is where they will move first. Shiloh asked, do you think they will try to make the Baroness an accomplice? The prince replied, it can't be ruled out, she is, after all, the one closest to you. Shiloh shouted, absolutely not, I can't drag the Baroness into any more trouble. She thought, yesterday I was too shocked to even think of it. How does he know all of this, and how was he there that day? She asked, Your Highness, may I ask you something? Why did you come to the break room at that exact moment that day? She thought, as if you had foreseen what would happen. The prince thought, I did not think she would question it, she is more perceptive than I thought. He replied, I knew the young madam was making some kind of deal with the company head between the ducal house and the guild company. I knew large amounts of money were changing hands, and the duke had started doing something fishy with those friends. Shiloh asked, was that something worth your highness's concern? The prince continued, I told you by the lake about my family before. As a rule, the 3 dukes of the covenant are supposed to stay neutral to uphold royal authority. But recently, there has been some contact between the Diffon's ducal house and the current queen. Once I learned they would side with the queen, I put the ducal house under surveillance. I intended to raid them and catch them in the act, but I never imagined it would go as far as murder. Shiloh thought, he was supposed to have been abroad all this time, and yet he knows all this. I have not been through a lot these past years. Compared to someone who has weathered the storm of court politics, I am like a greenhouse flower. The prince spoke, Sasha. Shiloh thought, the pet name Mama used to call me. The prince continued, that is why I could not leave you there. Shiloh thought, can I truly believe what he is saying? Then what was it that I saw in his eyes for just a moment? That face devoid of all emotion, as if, to him, I was just an object. Either way, he saved me. Even now, at this awful time, he is the one reaching out to me. The prince said, as you can see, I still have to build my strength. Danger will constantly follow me. It is a difficult situation, like walking on thin ice, but even so, I want to help you. I think our meeting again like this was fate. Shiloh thought, How could I have forgotten something so important? I always thought he was perfect, wrapped in a mystique that made him hard to approach, but he is a survivor who has passed through a world as treacherous as mine. He quietly stayed by my side and, without even a moment of hesitation, gave me his mother's only keepsake. She said, "You have saved my life twice now. How can I ever repay you? It is presumptuous, but if you will allow it, may I stay by your side and borrow your strength?" The prince replied, "Of course, your voice is special. A talent no one else has. You might be able to fulfill the dream your mother could not, if you change your name and status. Become a singer, and use that fame to expose the truth. You can clear your name and take revenge on the ducal house. I swear it here and now. I will protect you and lend you my hand, so come with me to the royal palace." Shiloh commented, "Yes, your highness." The prince thought, humans cling more to a faint hope than to deep despair. I did not give her time to think calmly, but forcing it through was worth it. "Shiloh, you are now completely within the palm of my hand." 3 years later, people were chatting. The rising star of the opera world, Sasha, will make her debut as the new prima donna. If you are late, you won't get a ticket, even through the back doors. Nobles without private box seats, hurry up. The child thought, I have to find a way to buy one somehow. I have been waiting 6 hours, will I even get one? Suddenly, he thought, oh no, this is not good, my money flew, now what do I do? I could not even pick up half of it, that was worth 4 months of my savings. I badly wanted my little brother to see the performance. Shiloh came and asked, "What is your name? Why are you crying?" Janine replied, "My brother is sick and can't go outside. I wanted to show him the performance for his birthday, but my money blew away in the wind, and now I can no longer afford the ticket." Shiloh spoke, "Here, take this, before the performance starts, go to the theater manager and show him this. See you again." After that, the maid asked, "Giving such a precious ticket to a random child? What a waste, wasn't that ticket meant for a specially invited guest?" Shiloh replied, "I don't have someone special to invite. I am fine with it ending up with someone who truly needed it. Anyway, my 3 years of hard work have finally paid off, it feels like a dream." The maid commented, "His Highness has been supporting you with everything he's got. I am sure it will go perfectly, even if he did not openly announce his support. He was the one who brought me to you after I was cast out of the ducal family." Shiloh told her, "That's right, without you, I would have been lonely, I am grateful." She thought, Doris is right, without the prince, I would not have come this far. Singing, acting, piano, even etiquette. He gathered renowned tutors and trained me thoroughly. The prince came and spoke, "You shine so brightly, it almost blinds me. Your years of effort are finally about to bear fruit. How do you feel?" Shiloh replied, "It still does not feel real, it all feels like I am dreaming." The prince said, "It must have been hard, but thank you for persevering till the end, Sasha." Shiloh replied, "Not at all. I made it all the way here thanks to your highness's full support." The prince emphasized, "It is almost time. The moment to prove your innocence and strike back at the ducal family is close at hand." Shiloh asked, "But on such a special day like this, we won't have to face the duke family, will we?" The prince told her, "Of course not. You checked the guest list yourself, did you not? Until you are ready, I won't let you face them." Shiloh replied, "Thank you, the time has come, I will be going now." After that, the queen spoke, "If you sing for me, I will grant you anything you desire. You are Bahar's treasure and my one and only niece." Shiloh asked, "Are those words truly sincere, your grace? I may be inexperienced, but I will give my all to fulfill this duty." Then the performance started. In the middle of the performance, Claire screamed. Shiloh thought, "Why is she here?" The prince stated, "Focus." Shiloh thought, "That's right. I can't back out now, not after coming this far." Then she sang, "Finally, I have got your heart. You refused my kiss before, but in the end, you became mine, not your lover. But I was the one who took you." After some time, the maid spoke, "My lady, today's performance was truly splendid. I was truly enchanted by your performance today. The audience was thrilled too." Shiloh asked, "Did you see the woman who shouted in the middle of the performance? That woman was definitely Claire, wasn't it?" The maid asked, "Lady Claire was in the audience, it was dark. You could not have mistaken her, the Diffons family should be staying at their estate during this season." Shiloh thought, "I finally returned as a singer. I knew a day would come when I would have to meet her, but why did it have to be on my debut day?" She said, "No, that was definitely Claire. She recognized my face and screamed." She thought, But Claire's name was not on the list of the box seats. What in the world is going on? I changed everything. My voice, my makeup, my clothes, and it was all meaningless. She shouted, "The guards will be breaking in soon. It is all over. I can't anymore." The prince came. Shiloh told him, "I saw Claire in the audience. She was there. I planned to proclaim my innocence only after I became famous enough for my words to carry weight. My efforts. They're wasted. 3 years of struggling. All for nothing. What am I supposed to do now? It is all over for me, in the end." Suddenly, the prince kissed her, then he asked, feeling calmer now, "Don't worry so much." Shiloh asked, "Are you saying that was not Claire?" The prince explained, "Actually, it seems Baroness Elton did recognize your true identity." Shiloh thought, although the Elton family is not as powerful as the Greed Trading Guild, they are still fairly influential. She asked, "Does that mean Claire got married?" The prince replied, "About a year after your disappearance, while you were still being chased as a murderer, she did." Shiloh commented, "That is why her name was not on the list. To think they sold off their own beloved daughter the moment their house started collapsing. Then why did they treat me so differently?" The prince told her, "Your case was different. After investigating, it seems it was not a political marriage, it was Claire's own decision. Their family interests and their feelings aligned." Shiloh asked, "They tried to sell me to the guild, and when that failed, they framed me for murder. Yet she can still walk around with her head held high. You told me not to worry, but don't you find this situation bad? No matter how you see it, Claire married a wealthy man and also recognized me. At this rate, I will be executed even before I achieve my goal." The prince asked, "How are you so certain of that? How can there be a connection between a missing murder suspect from 3 years ago and a newly debuted singer named Sasha? At most, you share similar hair and eye color. You spent 8 years as a noble lady, rarely leaving your territory, and hardly met anyone outside of close acquaintances. It should not be you panicking right now. Instead, it is her. The person who framed you for murder, who has suddenly appeared before everyone. She must be terrified of what you were planning. Her happy marriage must already be crumbling." Shiloh said, "You are right, I got too emotional, I am sorry." The prince stated, "You can lash out as much as you need to." Shiloh thought, "Come to think of it, did we just kiss earlier? We have had a little moment of contact before, but that was our first kiss, and that was my first ever kiss." That night, the prince told her, "I come here alone whenever I need some peace and spend quiet time on weekends. You are the first guest I have ever brought here." Shiloh thought, "And he says something like that with a straight face." She said, "Now that I think about it, even though we have known each other for 3 years, we have only met in person about once a week. By the way, is it really okay for someone like me to receive such kindness?" The prince told her, "I don't want to hear something like that from you. You must be tired from today, you should rest early." Shiloh asked, "You are telling me to stay here tonight?" The prince commented, "Well, where else would you go this late at night?" Shiloh thought, spending the night at the prince's palace, just the two of us. The way his tongue slipped past my lips, the heat of his breath, the strength of his arms when he pulled me close. What if he actually sees me as a woman? Although he has always been like family. Someone who stayed by my side like a brother or a father. The prince spoke, "I don't know what that small head of yours is imagining, but I will be sleeping in another room. Things will get busy starting tomorrow. Rest well tonight." Shiloh thought, he totally saw right through what I was thinking. Next scene. The count spoke, "It is finally about to begin." The prince replied, "Yes, I have been waiting for it all this time. How is it on their side?" The count commented, "I am afraid to say the queen has been trying to manipulate the third prince after the death of his majesty." The prince thought, "When I returned, I was 20 years old, the country was already in the hands of the queen. While my father slept for 10 years, he was king only on paper." Taking advantage of this opportunity, both the Duke of the South and the Duke of the West teamed up with the Queen. The only one the Queen could not lay her hand on was the Duke of the North, but everything else was working against me. The Count asked, "By the way, have you already contacted Duke Yesil?" The Prince replied, "He has not answered, as being childhood friends was a thing of the past." The Count emphasized, "If we could at least find the late Duke's former mistress, things would be a bit easier." The prince told him, "We will continue to search for her, but since there is no trace, I think we should already assume that she is dead. Just having the Duke maintain his neutrality is enough for now. We are about to secretly contact an organization opposing the Queen. Watch the moment the royal palace closes, and be ready as soon as I give the signal." On the other hand, Shiloh thought the prediction that things were about to get busy was right. She was invited to a lot of parties, concerts, and even reading sessions. She was being invited to social circles here and there and even got a stream of requests to appear in famous playwrights' plays. The maid asked, "Are you waiting for an invitation that has not arrived yet?" Shiloh replied, "No, there is no invitation to wait for. It is just strange. When I was living in place of Claire, I would take flower baths and wear nice clothes. I don't want to remember how miserable I was. Strangely enough, I don't hate it right now." She thought, "I am who I am today because I inherited my mother's talent. I used to hate what I was, but now it is different. But the more I think about my mother, the more unanswered questions I have left." Shiloh spoke, "I wonder what kind of person my father was. He was a person of high status living far away. When my mother knew she was pregnant, she disappeared of her own accord." The maid asked, "I have heard that there are specialized detectives who investigate things like this. Should I ask them confidentially?" Shiloh replied, "Really, I would be happy if you do that." The prince came and said, "I don't think that is a good idea. The masses are the kind of people who follow and chase what they are interested in. Since we are talking, I am going to tell you this. During this phase, it is dangerous for you to look for your biological father. If you search for your father before the false accusation is cleared, the duchy might find out and try to hurt him. Tell me, what is your current goal?" Shiloh spoke, "I want to clear the false accusation. I want to reveal what crimes the duchy has committed and bring shame to their noble name. I will make them pay the price for trampling over my love and trust." The prince asked, "Do you think it is a good idea to get distracted by other things while trying to achieve this?" Shiloh commented, "No, sorry." The prince emphasized, "If you still want to find your father after all of this is over, I will help you find him. By the way, have you already seen a doctor? Have you been taking your medicine?" Shiloh told him, "Yes, he was a very nice doctor, and I am also taking my medicine." The prince continued, "It also has very nutritious effects, so don't forget to take it. Can you come over here for a second?" The next moment, Shiloh asked, "Did something happen?" The prince replied, "I met a royal retainer who served my mother for a long time. Apparently, Queen Ingrid has destroyed and burned all of the furniture in my mother's home. Father has been bedridden for a long time, and he is not fully conscious. If anything were happening, he would not know." Shiloh told him, "Shouldn't we return to the royal palace as quickly as possible? It is you who should inherit the throne. But I don't mean that I want His Majesty to die soon or anything like that. Why are you laughing?" Prince thought, it would be 1,000 times better if that old geezer had already rotted to the ground. He said, "Sorry, you are just so cute when you panic. I am also walking a tightrope." Shiloh commented, "It must have been so lonely, but you are not alone. Your mother and brother are watching over you in heaven." The prince stated, "If you are going to comfort me, then make sure that you do it properly." Then he kissed her. The prince said, "I like you. I think you feel the same way I do. What is with that reaction? Are you rejecting me? Don't say that. Why not try falling for me? Starting now. I am not bad looking, and I have wealth. If you come to like me, I will devote myself only to you." Shiloh replied, "I am not from a high status family." The prince told her, "The same goes for me. Regardless of my birth, right now I am just a young noble from a foreign land on a trip." He thought, of course, this was carefully planned, a handsome, young, unmarried foreign noble who inherited a vast fortune. Just as expected, every noble I met welcomed me warmly. I have never lost a game of poker, but I make sure to let the proud nobles win once in a while. I treated the young ladies politely and the noblewomen with exceptional kindness. I was worried someone might recognize me from when I was a child, but back then I was sickly and rarely left the castle. Thanks to that, I can now move about freely. However, even this has its limits. In order to reclaim my position as the second prince, I needed to delve deeper into aristocratic society and deliver a fatal blow to my enemy. And for that plan, I need Sasha." Shiloh asked, "When do you intend to reveal your true identity and return to your rightful place?" The prince replied, "Don't worry about that. You must be tired today, so rest for now. Let's meet tomorrow at noon. We can pick your next move over lunch." A few days later, news arrived that the queen had completely won over Duke Fels. The prince told her, "I have said this before. You don't need to worry about that matter. The situation may be unfavorable right now, but I am making my own preparations. But one thing is certain. Even if I became king, it would be meaningless without you." Shiloh asked, "Don't tell me you intend to abandon the throne for my sake." The prince emphasized, "Not just for you, but you are one of the biggest reasons. I want to be happy, living a peaceful life with a child who resembles you, of course. This is all after your revenge is complete. Shiloh thought, revenge? That's right. I still have unfinished business to take care of. The prince told her, speaking of which, I have something for you. The captain of the West Security Corps is hosting a party tonight. How about you attend and speak with him? You might run into someone from the Duke's house, so if you are not mentally prepared, I won't force you. Shiloh told him, no, I have been mentally prepared for a long time now. Next scene. The prince commented, your glass is empty, I will get it. Noble ladies came and told her, it is best if you avoid associating with that family as much as possible. Shiloh asked, why is that? The noble ladies explained, that woman is a former lady's maid, she seduced the baron she served, and that is how she secured her position. No matter how desperately she tries to ingratiate herself, there is no way the nobles would take her seriously. You were born noble, after all, and simply fell into misfortune. Shiloh thought, a fallen noble. That is the backstory I created. Thanks to how well I fabricated the past, not a single noble doubted it. Then she said, there is a story I want to tell you. One night, a person was very thirsty and drank sweet water all through the night, but when morning came, it turned out to be nothing more than muddy rainwater. Come to think of it, there is nothing as unreliable as the human heart. It tasted so sweet, yet the moment they learned what it was, they spat it out. It is water you are drinking anyway, so does it really matter what kind of vessel it is in? Well then, I will take my leave. After that, Shiloh thought, I can't believe I said all that. Honestly, the two-faced high society is exhausting every time I see it. Claire came and said, I had a feeling, but it really was you. Shiloh replied, it has been a while. Claire asked, why are you here? You were supposed to be missing, wanted for murder. Shiloh replied, you should not be the one saying that, because it was your family that pinned that false charge on me. Making up lies was always your specialty, wasn't it? Claire shouted, stop it. You are the one who committed a crime and forgot all the kindness you were shown. Don't say weird things. Shiloh stated, if you say that is a lie, then why are you so afraid of me? Claire commented, I always thought it was strange that you supposedly poisoned the head of the guild. You were so desperate to escape from our house. There was no reason for you to do such a thing. Shiloh told her, if you don't know the truth, then I will tell you. The one who killed the head of the trading company was your brother. I saw him putting poison into the drink, and then he tried to strangle me to death. Believe it or not, I don't care. I plan to make each of you atone for it one by one. Claire emphasized, I am innocent. I did nothing wrong. I really did not know. I only thought that if you married him in my place, that would mean you had lived happily enough for both of us, so you should pay at least that much of a price. Shiloh commented, so that is why you stopped me when I tried to return to the Kildare Baron estate. And what about you? Are you living happily with the one you love? Claire shouted, that has nothing to do with you. If you try anything against us, I will expose who you really are. Shiloh asked, so that is what you came here to say after all? You already knew I would be at this party and came to warn me, didn't you? Claire told her, don't speak on assumptions. Shiloh asked, am I wrong? You are scared of me. You must have checked in advance where I would appear. Otherwise, out of all these parties, it is impossible that we have never met even once. Claire shouted, to be able to show your face so brazenly like this, who is backing you? Shiloh replied, who knows? If you want to find out, wait until I contact you, but if you tell Duke Diffons or anyone else about me, you will regret it. More importantly, are you happy? I truly wish for your happiness, because I want you to know what it feels like when that happiness is shattered. The Baroness came and said, so you were here. Claire told them, then, if you will excuse me. Shiloh thought, why is she so restless? Her face is far too pale for someone just flustered. Could she be hiding something? The Baroness spoke, I have been looking for you. You suddenly disappeared. Shiloh asked, looking for me? After that, the prince asked, should I have Claire investigated? Shiloh replied, this is my revenge. I will do it myself. She thought, I was prepared, but revealing my true identity to the former captain still scares me. She said, thank you very much, but I have a request. Please let me speak with the Lord alone. After some time, Shiloh told the whole story. The Lord asked, you expect me to believe that? Why tell me all this now? I am already retired. Shiloh spoke, I know, that is exactly why I came to you. This is the Undertaker's handwritten confession and report. He was in charge of the autopsy back then. Once you read it, you will understand the truth that was hidden. The poison used to kill the head of the guild was not something common. It is from the territory of the Duchess. The Undertaker confessed that he lied because he was afraid of the ducal family. The current captain of the security is a man sent by the Duke. He won't listen to my story, but he will execute me immediately. The Lord told her, "What you have said is true, but as for what I can do now," Shiloh stated, "I am not asking you to say anything. I only have two things that I can ask you, Lord." Like this video, hit the like button, and subscribe for more videos.